the best is when my cat will be on the table and there'll be something on the table and they'll just stare at you and then just like push the thing up slowly with their paw while they're staring at you. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, what's up with that move?
I don't know. I think they just like stuff falling on the ground because it's like, oh, something happened. So like never put like a glass of water near a table because like Ollie would just stand up there and just be like, nope.
They just like tap it. Yeah.
Just
there's one where somebody puts like a gallon of water and the cat's trying to like tap it out and it can't, and it just goes like yeah, like that.
The funny thing is they don't even look at the thing that they're tapping though. They stare you dead in the eyes while they're doing it. They're like, what are you gonna do? Stop me?
What are you gonna do? Hurt me?
Hurt me? You're not gonna hurt me. I know you love me.
I know you're bitch ass.
Fucking cats. I know one day when I die, they're gonna eat me. I've come to terms with that.
Yeah, I keep wondering why you think that you're just gonna die first and then they're gonna eat you.
I'm planning on it.
Oh, you're planning.
What are you talking about?
Tell our boy Chris. It might be his lucky day.
He finally gets to find a body.
Like,
oh, my stars. So, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right.
Then we got 20.
Kill you! I've just seen death!
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
That's the second time I've cut you off while you were talking.
I didn't know. I always forget what you mean by "Are you ready?"
Are you ready? Are you ready for this shit?
I was gonna say about the 27,000 viewers we got.
Oh yeah. No, there's no way I'd believe you if you said that.
Oh no, that's just the minutes.
I'd have to like show a tit or something in order to get more viewers.
Nah, save it.
Should I save it?
Save it for like another day. Dude.
Okay. Take my shirt back down. God damn, dude, it's fucking hot. I don't know if we can do the show. I'll try to get through it, but
like, all right, guys, the show's early.
Yeah, I took a look at my Edison bill today. How much it's gotten up to?
Oh fuck!
For the month of July is $480.
Damn.
For 1 month.
Fuck.
And I keep my house at 80 degrees. Like, it's not like I'm keeping it at like fucking 65.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
100 a week plus the fucking gas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big week for me. Anyways, how you doing?
I'm all right. Also hot.
Also hot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we talked about conspiracies because of the assassination attempt and how conspiracies are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode we did last time?
I do remember.
Okay. Because I barely remember last week. So this week I wanted to talk about movie conspiracy theories. I'm not talking about fan theories because there's a lot of fan theories out there, like Kevin from Home Alone became the guy from Saw.
Oh, really?
Or like how Snowpiercer is the sequel to Willy Wonka. Dude,
I've never heard of that.
We'll have to do an episode on fan theories. There's tons of fan theories. No, this is more about like actual conspiracies that are connected to movies. So we're going to start with the granddaddy of them all and just get it out of the way because everybody already talks about this all the time. The Shining. Okay. Do you
heard of this indie film?
Yeah. that little film from Stanley Kubrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that Stanley Kubrick's The Shining was his confession that he faked the moon landing. And that's only one conspiracy theory out of a whole bunch of conspiracy theories connected to that movie and what that movie means. They made a whole documentary about it called Room 237. Did you ever hear about that documentary?
No, I know this. Oh, I don't know which one it is.
It's
But
not
there
good.
was. Oh, it's not good. Okay, I
No.
probably don't know that one. There's some other one about like that place being haunted and some other shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So there's like probably a dozen different conspiracy theories that are connected to The Shining, but the main one is that this is his confession letter to the world that he faked the moon landing for the U.S. And the main scene that they always jump to prove this is a scene with Danny in the hallway, and I'm gonna play it for you right now. So this is it. Danny's in the hallway playing with his Hot Wheels.
Okay.
And it's slowly panning out, as you can see. That pattern on the floor, a ball rolls to him. As he rises, you see that he's wearing an Apollo 11 sweater.
Okay.
Okay, so theorists say that the pattern on the floor matches a. I'm gonna put it in later, but basically the Apollo 11 launch pad is the same octagon shape as that from the 60s.
Okay.
And him getting up off the ground and rising up is like the spaceship
Like
launching
going
into
up.
the. Yeah, exactly. And there's other things like Kubrick changed the room number where he sees the ghost, and it matches the amount of miles from the Earth to the moon. Yeah, it's crazy. But there are other parts of the movie say like, look, this means this, and some people think that it's about the slaughter of Indians by America because there's a lot of like Indian imagery in the movie. So Kubrick's daughter finally came out because they had to confront the message about this movie. And this is what she had to say. I have a quote here. Surely an artist such as my father, whose profound degree of artistic integrity is self-evident, whose political, social consciousness is manifestly present in nearly every film he made, whose highly controversial subject literally put his life at risk, and yet he continued to make the films that he made. Don't you think he'd be the very last person to ever assist the U.S. government in such a terrible betrayal of its people? She continued to say that there is an existence of very other real conspiracies. She's just talking about like conspiracies that governments do, like actual things. But this is nothing but a grotesque lie. So his daughter was there the whole time. She actually filmed a documentary about the making of The Shining when she was really young, like in her early 20s. I think it's a pretty good way to sum it up. People get obsessed with Kubrick movies, dude, because he was such a like stickler for details. And I mean, Kubrick used to do high level math for fun. I mean, he was a very smart person. Like just for fun, he'd be doing like equations and shit.
Fuck.
I know I normally do that too, but you know, didn't want to.
Oh, I thought you did high level meth.
Oh, that's what it was. I always get those two mixed up.
Same
Where's
thing.
my meth, anyways? Oh, I smoked it all.
Yeah.
I remember in my early 20s, I watched a documentary by this guy who I first learned it from about the whole moon landing thing. He even made his own song called Under the Masonic Moon that goes along with it. But the gist of the documentary is Jews are bad. That's like everything. It all boiled down to don't trust the Jews. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, they fucking get out of hand.
They get way out of hand. Somehow it always boils down to that. Like, and what I'm saying by this is Jews.
Yeah.
So,
and there's people that see a lot of messages on nothing or everything, you know?
yeah.
My favorite ones are the ones, I don't even, is it Christian people? I don't even know, like some sort of like
Probably
the God people, whatever they are. Have you
That's
seen
what
them?
they call,
Have
yeah.
you seen them decode a monster can?
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like
Hold
they
on,
make
we
that
gotta
shit
pull
off
that up.
fucking. They make that seem so crazy. Like the
gotta look
person
that
that
up.
made that can has to be a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile,
Monster Energy drinks promote Satan says woman in viral video.
Yeah, I don't think people could just come up with shit like that beforehand. Only after the fact you could like probably.
Yeah. Once you see the lady, you go like, oh, that makes sense.
No, I seen the lady. Yeah, it makes sense, but like she went through a lot just to show you that. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, here she is at whatever like flat earther conference that she's at.
I could tell she's serious by her fingers. Yeah.
You see the thing
Yeah.
about Jewish people. Yeah. Well, that's what it was. The markings on the can were like Hebrew for the number 6.
Yeah.
And there was 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it was called monster, and monster like the devil.
And then she's like, and then what do? You open it and then you flip it upside down, and upside down it means this.
Yeah.
Like they thought of everything, dude.
You're literally drinking Satan.
Yeah. She like tastes like Satan jizz. Coincidence?
I always think that like her son drank a lot of Monster Energy drinks and then called her a bitch one day, and then she just like flew off the deep end and tried to come up with something.
She's like, "What are you drinking, Monster? I want me to drink some Jesus juice."
Oh, Jesus juice makes me think of Michael Jackson.
Sorry, man.
Is that why you brought it up?
No. Why? Because you like
remember
Michael
that?
Jackson? No, it's just Jesus juice sounds a lot better than Monster, right?
Yeah. I used to love Michael Jackson when I was a little kid.
I think everybody did.
I used to try to break dance. I'd wear I had a baseball cap. You know those like round flat top baseball caps that they used to sell, as sort of the floppy ones. I had a California Raisins one. I used to put it backwards, and I'd try to break dance in the back of my house where the floor was smooth to Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have told you that. Fuck.
Do you remember that he used to be on that Disney? There was like a whole theater.
Captain EO?
Yeah. That show was pretty cool.
That was cool. Ozzy has a Captain EO comic.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think he's selling it at a store in Chicago.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to get The Shining out of the way because it's just like every fucking person knows The Shining stuff. And if you get a chance, watch that bullshit documentary, Room 237.
I feel like I should rewatch The Shining first, and then.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw The Shining? Have you ever seen The Shining?
I seen it, but like I can't even remember how long ago, dude.
Oh yeah, you got to check it out. There were some cool things in the documentary that they brought up, like how the layout of the hotel doesn't make sense if you look at how things are set up, and it like makes you feel purposely out of whack when you're watching it. But yeah. So in 1922, a film was released that pretty much shaped the way we think about the vampire legend, like as we know it today. That film was F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu. And I'm going to share, because you said you don't remember Nosferatu, but I bet if you saw this, you know that, right?
I have seen that guy.
Okay. So, Nosferatu was the first adaptation of Dracula. They couldn't get the rights to Dracula, so Murnau made his own version of Dracula and called it Nosferatu. Murnau was a German director, and the film was a great success, but mainly due to the performance of its lead actor, who played the vampire, Max Schreck. So Max played the vampire Count Orlok. They're actually going to be remaking it. They're remaking it right now. It should be released soon. By Robert Eggers. They just released another trailer, and it's looking pretty good, actually. But when it first appeared in 1922, this character's appearance was like the most frightening thing that people have ever seen.
I mean, this looked pretty crazy.
Keep in mind, this is when like they used to play films of like trains coming at the screen, and people would like jump out of the way so they didn't get hit by the train. I mean,
I could
that's
see
just the way they were.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh man, if I could go back to 1922, you could just
it was a good year.
You just walk into a pharmacy and just say like, "I have a toothache," and then like, "Here's some cocaine."
Here's some Jack Daniels.
And like, "Oh, my blood hurts." My baby won't stop crying. They're like, "You know what does the trick? Morphine."
You know what always puts me to sleep?
Tons of opium.
Have you tried giving them coke?
Doc, my bones are screaming at me. You know what does the trick? Mescaline. You can just walk in and get any drug you want.
That's true, dude.
I'd be dead within a week if I lived in 1922. Anyways, because of his striking appearance, it didn't take long before people actually started thinking that Murnau had hired an actual vampire to be in the movie. Plus, why are you laughing? This is real, dude.
Okay. Did he pay him in blood?
Well, funny enough. So the rumor lasted so long, in fact, that in the year 2000, a movie was released called The Shadow of the Vampire, and it starred as Count Orlok, Willem Dafoe. He played the vampire.
Okay.
And John Malkovich played the director, F.W. Murnau. So let me bring this up. And in the movie, he pays him in blood pretty much. Fucking Willem Dafoe's a creepy looking guy, dude.
Yeah, he is. But I can really see this guy looking pretty. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's got it. How old was he? The year 2000, you said?
It was released in 2000. Actually, Ozzy was the one that turned me on to this movie. It's like a really dark comedy, and it's really good actually. But in the movie, you see him like paying him in blood, and the vampire's always like horned up trying to touch titties and stuff, and yeah. The people on the set keep dying because he's drinking everybody's blood.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the real actor, Max Schreck, who played him, there wasn't a lot known about him, but he was in over 30 films. He always played a creepy looking guy, almost always.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way he was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bring up a photo.
It's just easier, right? Maybe for everybody to imagine him being creepy.
I think so, yeah. So that's Max Schreck when he was young. To me, he doesn't look anything like that. Maybe a little bit, but like
that's creepy for sure.
Yeah. He definitely looks like he could actually be a vampire if you thought about it hard enough.
Yeah, it's like his eyes are older than he is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like
he's seen 1,000 years. Like he can stare through your soul through time.
Yeah. I can't imagine him like having fun around Christmas time or anything like
that. Can't see him like singing Christmas carols.
Nah, he's more like in the shadows and shit.
Yeah. So according to Wikipedia, Max Schreck was in over 30 films, and he died of a heart attack in 1936. Or did he?
Is that the next conspiracy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. So, what does the name Marsha Lucas ring a bell to you?
No.
Okay. She was born Marsha Griffin, and in college she got involved in film editing. When she was there, she met another young editor by the name of George Lucas. They soon started dating. They moved in together, and Marsha Griffin became Marsha Lucas in 1969 when they got married. They edited commercials together and short films. Eventually, George went on to make his standout film, Star Wars, which everybody knows, of course. Marsha was an editor, credited on the first and third movie, and uncredited on the second movie. as the years of their marriage rolled on, George became more involved with making the Star Wars movies, less involved with the marriage. And because of his working nonstop, it led to Marcia asking for a divorce. And in 1983, after the release of Return of the Jedi, they did exactly that. They divorced. Marcia is reported to have received $50 million in the settlement. Now, a lot of people felt like Marcia's editing of the Star Wars movie was like the heart of Star Wars, and George Lucas was the brains. And when he released the prequels, a lot of people felt like her absence from that movie is one of the reasons it failed. The thing about George Lucas is he needs people around him to say no.
Yeah.
And when by the time he got to the prequels, everyone was just going like, Jar Jar, that's a fucking great idea. you definitely got to do that. You want to open the movie with talks about diplomats and trade agreements? That sounds fucking amazing, dude.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. George, you've done it again.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
So, in the mid-90s, George decided to make some major changes to the original trilogy. I'm sure you remember the CGI re-edits of Star Wars where they like added all sorts of crazy shit.
I know some shit that they added.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how much it really changed it.
Well,
like,
they added a bunch of like banthas in every single background and like flying things and creatures and shit. They added a whole song and dance scene in the bar. That's so fucking cringe, dude. By the way, you know the music in Star Wars? It's like jazz music. Do you know what they call it? They call it jizz. Swear to fucking God, they call it jizz.
Jizz music?
Jizz. That's George Lucas's. That's his creation. In Star Wars universe, you listen to jizz.
Clever guy.
How's he keep doing this?
Still got it.
Still got it, buddy. So yeah, obviously the re-release of the trilogy with these edits and changes and add-ons was a massive cash cow for Lucas. And the thing is, there was a big backlash because fans, after seeing, they were like, well, some of this stuff is fucking cheesy. Like, can we just see the original trilogy? Like, can we have a release of that, like remastered?
Yeah, like a remaster.
Yeah, but he refuses to release the original trilogy as it played in the 70s on a new medium like Blu-ray. It's only the special editions.
Because of his girl?
Well, that's what people are saying. The conspiracy is, even though he says the changed one is his true vision of the movie, people think he's not releasing the original because he doesn't want Marcia to get residuals from it. Because she's credited in the original, not the re-release. Like her name's attached to the original run of the movies, not to the special editions. So technically she doesn't get residuals for those.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that's true.
If he ain't jizzing, nobody's jizzing.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
Yeah. That's crazy. That sounds believable to me, dude.
It does sound a little believable, but I mean, she already got 50 million from the settlement. Like, I don't know how much residuals she would get from let me close so I don't have to look at that creepy fucker anymore. I don't know how much residuals she would get from the actual like the original trilogy being released on Blu-ray and HD, whatever. But it's believable enough to where I go like, I could see George Lucas going like, no way that bitch gonna get any of it.
Yeah, he's like, why, you know? He's like, nah. He's still getting money. He doesn't, but he should kind of do it for the fans.
Yeah, add more banthas. Yeah. He'll just keep re-releasing it until he can't squeeze it anymore, like fucking Disney's doing.
Yeah, like I saw. This is not a conspiracy theory, but like real quick, I saw like sort of like the little bit of the commentary of the Quentin Tarantino and John Travolta when they're when they're in the fucking cab with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And I guess he was supposed to shoot that guy in the chest.
Oh, Marvin.
And John Travolta was like, he's like, I'm a fuck around and just do my own thing. And he's like, oh, you're like, damn, I shot him in the face.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
guess,
shot Marvin in the face. It's
yeah,
one of the best lines in any movie ever.
And he said he came up with that himself. And he's like, we shot that, and Quentin, he liked it, and we went with it. But the original was supposed to be like in the chat, and he was just supposed to bleed out. But he said I added the whole face thing, and they went with it, and they just edited it that way.
Oh, it's so much better that you get shot in the face.
Yeah, see, and that was like somebody. It was Quentin listening to an actor, not doing all this bullshit with the edits.
Yeah, the thing I've always heard is that actors on his sets say you don't change anything, you don't improv anything. He wrote it the way he wanted it, and you keep it that way. And he gets mad if you change anything because he spends so much time writing the dialogue that everybody loves that, like, if anybody changes it, but so it must have worked good enough. It's one of the best scenes in the movie. So
yeah.
Okay, moving along. I have to keep looking off to the side here and pretend I'm not reading my script. In July of 1974, police come upon a gruesome scene on the beautiful Race Point Beach in Provincetown, Massachusetts. By the way, I have a really hard time saying Massachusetts, so if I fuck up, don't laugh at me.
No, it's okay.
Like you normally laugh at my fucking disabilities. In the fog, they saw a bunch of Civil War soldiers like going down a hill.
I don't even know which ones, but I believe
you. My talking disabilities when I started going when I start doing the King speech thing, lie.
But that's a good one. That's a green light for me.
Okay,
you mispronounce. If you mispronounce something, come on, who am I to judge?
Yeah. Anyways, back to this horrible story. They discover the mutilated.
Where is it? What was the location?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
I did it.
You did.
They discover the mutilated body of a young woman lying face down on a beach towel, bandana tucked underneath her head, her jeans folded neatly beside her. Along with that, it seemed to be a pose scene, almost ritual in nature. At the end of each one of her arms, where her hands would have been, so you can tell like she's pretty cut up, are piles of pine needles where her hands used to be. Detectives think that she was killed somewhere else days or even weeks before and then taken to the beach and posed there. She became known as the Lady of the Dunes. The police released a composite sketch of the unknown woman, and she remained unidentified for almost 50 years. So what does that have to do with movies? Decades later, an author by the name of Joe Hill, who happens to be the son of Stephen King, thinks that he may have made a discovery. The supposed discovery was laid out in a blog, and it quickly made the rounds in all the news that he had come upon this thing while watching Jaws. During a crowd scene, Joe spots an extra in the crowd that catches his eye. The scene in question that comes in about 54 minutes into the movie. I'm going to play it for you now. So this is the scene. Thanks to Inside Edition for this clip. You'll see it right about here.
Okay. Oh shit, there's the bandana lady.
Bandana, jeans, matches the description of the lady.
Oh shit.
So this is about 100 kilometers from where her body was found. Martha's Vineyard is where they filmed Jaws. So she matches the sketch of the victim, even down to the clothes she was wearing. The scene was shot a few weeks before her death. Possible that she was traveling around the Martha's Vineyard area, like
hitchhiking
on vacation. Yeah. Just like seeing the sights, and she heard, oh, they're shooting a movie. I'm going to go check out, see if I can see a movie star or something. And she ends up in the movie as an extra. So in 2022, they sent the skeletal remains to go get DNA tested. So like maybe with all the genealogy sites, that's how they found the Golden State Killer.
Yeah.
One of his family members took a test on genealogy, and the FBI has access to all that shit. And just in case you ever want to do those sites, you may get connected to a killer.
Your cousin could be a killer.
Yeah. Your maybe your local cleaning guy could be a killer. You never know.
We should do DNA swabs at work.
You think we can get that from him? Another inside joke.
Know. He probably has ours.
He's like, why are you swabbing my cheek? So the Lady of the Dunes matches a DNA. She finally has a name. Ruth Marie Terry. And she was from Tennessee. There were a few suspects. None of them were conclusive. Here's where things get even stranger. In 1974, Ruth went traveling to California with her newly wedded husband, who was a very possessive husband by all accounts, by the name of Guy Moldalvin. However, Guy returned home to Tennessee after their trip, and he told Terry's family that she disappeared. She run off, and he doesn't know where she's at. Ruth's brother hires a private investigator to go to California. The only thing the PI could find out was that Ruth ran away with a religious cult. She sold all of her belongings and ran away with a religious cult, which were extremely popular in the 70s. There's tons of cults in the 70s.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So it's people think, well, was this a cult thing? Was she just like happened to get caught up like wrong time, wrong place by some killer in Massachusetts? Or was this her husband? So there's all these like
posting her as a cult victim, you know?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Do something crazy, and then it seems like, why would he do that? You know?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's not like a last minute like what do they call it, crime of passion thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like by doing something crazy as cutting her hands and putting some pine needles, it seems like, why would the husband do that? It's like more of a cult.
Yeah, she was almost decapitated as well.
Fuck.
So maybe it was a crime of passion, and he covers it up by doing even more, imposing her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's all these like loose threads that haven't been answered. There was one guy in an insane asylum that confessed to it, and he knew oddly like a lot of stuff about it, but they think because he had schizophrenia, he was just confessing it because it was something to do. Yeah. So that is the big conspiracy theory that's connected to Jaws.
So far they just know who she is, and
they just have a name. They know her family, and that she ended up dead. The lead detective that's still in charge of the case thinks that the whole Jaws thing is ridiculous. He doesn't think it's her. I mean, you people out there, you leave a comment. I'm going to put up all the different composites that they had of Ruth, and you see if it matches. I mean, it seems possible to me if she's in the area while they're filming.
And you don't, I mean, unless somebody has the exact day when they filmed that scene, I mean, anything could happen, you know, like she just happened to be there, then she left that night or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a movie shoot's a big draw too. I mean, I remember when I was like 10 years old, they filmed a Christmas movie. It was being directed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was being filmed down the street in Arcadia. And we all went to go watch the film, and we got to see Arnold Schwarzenegger directing, and like snow machines, and he's like,
same Massachusetts.
Yeah, Massachusetts.
Oh, there you go. That's way better.
No, that's not.
So you seen that guy live then?
Yeah, I got to see him. He's really short.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Stick my hand up yours. Quick, break your goddamn spine. But it was cool seeing him as a 10-year-old because it's like, oh, there's fucking Conan,
super
dude.
cool, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, so just by happenstance, as I was researching this, another movie conspiracy just popped up in the news out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, Henry from Black Market Comics is in there. Everyone is short to me. Yeah, I'm 6'4", so yeah, everyone is short to me.
But I don't think you were 6'4" when you were 10.
No,
right?
I was 6'4" when I was 10 years old.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was in all the newspapers.
What's your hat? Doing the Michael Jackson dance?
Fuck yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was a lanky 6'4", 10-year-old, weighed 340 pounds.
Okay, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, it's a thyroid issue. Fucking, what do you want me to do about it? So to stay on a timely and topical manner, I want to talk about a movie that was released in 1992. The movie was starring Tim Robbins, who people might know as Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption. I did not have a beard when I was 13. I had a beard when I was 10.
Close.
I actually did have a beard pretty young. People always wanted me to go get alcohol for them, like when I was like 15.
Then
I was, well, I had a bit, like I looked older. I've always looked older than I am. People always wanted me to go and like try to buy porno and stuff. I was such a scared little boy. I didn't want to do it. It's just a little guy.
Oh, just a scared little boy.
I still am a scared little boy.
Scared little boy buying porno.
Your typical 10-year-old buying hardcore pornography.
They made me watch it.
So, movie from 1992 starring Tim Robbins. People know him as Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption. The movie is called Bob Roberts. Okay, it's not a well-known movie. But I want you to tell me when this starts sounding familiar.
Okay.
Bob Roberts is a satirical mockumentary film that was directed, written by, and starring Tim Robbins, the main star. Depicts the rise of Robert Bob Roberts Jr., a right-wing politician who is a candidate for an upcoming United States Senate election.
I think right there.
Roberts is well financed, due mainly to his past business dealings, and he's also a folk songwriter and singer that writes songs about politics. It's shot like a documentary, but it's obviously fake. And the cameraman's name is Terry Manchester. So that's important later. Even though the Roberts campaign officially avoids manifestations of open bigotry, their songs, speech, and mannerisms are rife with snobbish dog whistles and racist and sexist innuendos. This is straight from Wikipedia. Okay. And Manchester's footage reveals casual use of homophobic slurs. So,
what the fuck?
This is where it starts to get a little weird. At one point in the film, Roberts goes to a TV studio to take part in a comedy sketch, like an SNL type thing. And on the way out of the studio, there's an assassination attempt. However, it's revealed eventually that it was probably a fake attempt to boost his popularity.
Dang.
Just saying.
Okay.
The day after the attempt on Trump, Robbins went on social media to say that people shouldn't be comparing his movie, which he wrote and directed, I might add, again, to the real life events of what happened that day. Robbins is famously one of the most leftist actors in Hollywood, along with his, I believe they're broken up now, but Susan Sarandon.
I heard her name before.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she was so hot in the back. Watch The Hunger. Oh my God, you'll thank me later.
Was this right around the time where people were forcing you to buy porn?
Yeah.
Okay. Your story checked out.
Guys, you gotta watch The Hunger. Susan Sarandon. Oh my god.
Shut up and go buy me porn.
So here's the thing. I have an alternate conspiracy theory that no one's brought up. As far as I know, no one's brought up. This is my own creation.
Okay.
I believe that Tim Robbins himself brought up the movie so he could get back in the news and be in the spotlight.
That's okay. I was gonna ask you, who did he say stop comparing? Who did he say that to? Did he just bring it up himself? Was the threat at zero that he's like, everybody, all of you, stop comparing it? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
People are agreeing with me on the comments. 100%. Tim Robbins. All of a sudden, he's talking to the news saying, hey, guys, you got to stop bringing up my movie.
That's what I wanted to ask that. What do you mean, got to stop?
If I hear one more person bring up my movie, Bob Roberts, which I wrote and directed and starred in, and happens to be playing on Apple TV right now.
And I will re-release the Blu-ray with the... There's an alternate ending that I never released. You might want to know what it was about.
Guys, you got to stop. Let's watch the trailer, you know. I am interested to watch the movie after. That's the thing. I really want to see this movie now.
It is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So you don't know how it ends?
I know how it ends. Yeah, I read the Wikipedia summary. And he's supposed to be paralyzed in the assassination attempt, but like it shows a scene later where he's at a party and he's tapping his feet to the music.
Oh, okay.
And the person that supposedly shot him ends up being cleared because he has palsy in his right hand and can't shoot a gun. And he's like the guy who gets blamed for is like a reporter who starts to realize how bad Bob Roberts is, like how bad he is for the country. And but it all points to someone within his campaign doing it, faking it to boost the popularity. So yeah, so that's my theory. That's the theory.
Everybody, please stop comparing it.
To end with, I have to do an honorable mention because I saw this in my research and it was just too fun not to bring up. Have you seen Adam Sandler's movie Jack and Jill? No.
I thought for some reason that was a.
That's okay. I haven't seen it either.
I thought it was a Jim Carrey movie.
No. It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Okay.
So it's like one of the worst reviewed movies ever.
Okay. It's
like a notorious flop. I haven't seen it, so I don't want to judge it without seeing it first. But Katie Holmes plays his wife in the movie. Okay. But she probably has like 2 lines of dialogue according to what people say. Like she doesn't do much.
Really?
Yeah. There's a conspiracy theory that Adam Sandler put her in the movie so she could get time away from Tom Cruise in order to divorce him. She could be on the set with her lawyers figuring stuff out without Tom being none the wiser. And set it all up because she was stuck in the Scientology bullshit.
Oh, fuck.
So that's why she doesn't have a lot to do in the movie. And right after that, or right during that, she divorces Tom Cruise and takes her daughter with her, Suri.
I like this conspiracy theory.
Well, it makes Adam Sandler out to be a great guy. I mean, I've heard good things about him. I he's supposed to be a really nice guy, but
it seems like he makes a movie. He's like, fuck it, a couple roles for the homies, you know?
Yeah. Well, also, he's probably embezzling money, allegedly, from Netflix to make his movies because it was like, oh, this one's going to cost $600 million and we're going to shoot it in Hawaii. And they're like, well, he's Adam Sandler. Like, we got to give it to him. And then, like, they see the movie and it's all like blue. It's all like green screen.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought he was like, look, I'll give you 6 movies in between certain times. Give me the money. And Netflix was like, all right.
Yeah. And then, like, he brings all of his friends and just gives them a bunch of money. And and he turns in the product and Netflix is like, all right, well, I guess this is a movie.
Yeah.
There's a second conspiracy theory linked to Jack and Jill. That theory would get a better score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, you're right.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty good theory. There's a second conspiracy theory linked to Jack and Jill. By all accounts, Al Pacino has a massive gambling problem. Okay.
You should say that a little faster. Okay, go ahead.
He has a
By all
massive.
You live by all accounts.
By
Al
all
Pacino
accounts.
has a massive gather. So the way you were so happy saying this shit.
Oh god. He has a massive problem with gambling.
Okay.
So everyone thinks that Adam Sandler was able to get Al Pacino in his movie because Al Pacino needed money so bad. Not only that, he got Al Pacino to do fucking this. I'm gonna all right.
Dunkachino? Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Dunkachino.
It's a whole new game.
Dunkachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
We're gonna stop it there because I'm gonna get pulled off of fucking YouTube if I play anymore. That guy was in fucking The Godfather, okay? Yeah. That was Scent of a Woman, fucking hoo-ah.
You know, it does make me want to watch this movie.
Yeah, it sort of makes me want to watch it too.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And there's like tons of product placement in the movie. Like, would you like a Coca-Cola? they turn it towards the screen. Yeah. How about some Pepto-Bismol for your upset stomach?
So he has a gambling problem, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Damn.
A massive one.
A massive.
He has a huge throbbing gambling problem.
By all accounts.
By all accounts. Everybody's saying it.
I heard that Toby has a gambling problem. The Spider-Man guy.
Oh yeah, he has a huge gambling problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a whole movie about it, about some underground gambling, and then that dude from
that
dude from Superbad plays somebody. They call him Mr. X or some shit like that, and it's supposed to be our boy Toby.
You know what's crazy? I used to know a girl that worked in one of those underground like poker clubs where the celebrities would go and bet like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And she was like a card dealer. Anyways, I don't know where she's at anymore, but yeah, I used to know someone that did that. So
like good money.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure you get like huge tips and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was it. That was the show. Hope you enjoyed it.
Pretty good conspiracy theories.
Thank you. Which one was your favorite?
This last one's one of my favorite, actually. I don't know
why. The last one, the Jack and Jill one?
All the Jack and Jill. I'm
glad I added that.
The Jaws one, it seems very possible to me.
Yeah.
And the Star Wars one. The far-fetched one to me was the first one, The Shining. I mean,
so the far-fetched one wasn't the guy being a vampire?
Oh, that one was just that one I just completely forgot about. Come on. It was 1922. What I expect,
I gotta say the most believable one is the one where the guy's actually a vampire.
Well, they hire the vampire. But 1922, these guys couldn't fucking Google it,
Oh god. So yeah, I like
that guy did need $1, the Godfather.
Yeah, Al Pacino definitely needs $1. Oh man, I got gambling debts. Oh boy.
Dance for me, boy.
Anybody want to put me in heat too?
They just fucking made him dance for his money.
Dance, monkey, dance. Ooh. Yeah, so that's the show. Everybody stick around after the show. It's not going to be on Twitch, but if you're watching the YouTube version, stick around, and we're going to be premiering another short by Dreadkin, and I hope everybody enjoys that. It'll be right after the show ends, or I could just play fucking Dunkachino like 10 times in a row.
I kind of want to Dunkachino.
Yeah. My boy Manuel Villarreal does all the music for Dreadkin, and it's fucking incredible. and I barely do anything. I just type stuff in the computer. So yeah, if you like the show, leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Any comments, any fucking hate you want to dislike, if you want to do it, I don't care.
Preferably like it.
Preferably like it, but if you want to dislike it too, that's cool. Leave a comment.
Do you think that guy was a vampire?
Do you think that guy was a vampire? Did you like Al Pacino's dance? Do you think he has a massive penis? I don't know.
Is Tom Cruise gonna kill Adam Sandler?
Oh, Sabadoo. Yeah. So, leave suggestions if you want to have us do another show of a certain topic. Leave a suggestion. If anybody has a ghost story and wants to come on and tell me their ghost story, just tell me. Macabrecastshow@gmail.com. Email me, and we'll have you on. You can tell your ghost story. I don't even care if you're lying. I do care, actually, but
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I know they're lying. I don't want to say I know they're lying, but there is certain clues, right?
Yeah, there's certain clues. Anyways, thanks everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Later.